Hey everybody, it is Nicole. And so today I am going to show you what my family does for Thanksgiving. I know everybody does and celebrates Thanksgiving, or maybe you choose not to celebrate Thanksgiving. Um but I'm going to show you what we are doing and how I am or have prepped for Turkey Day. So it's not like super fancy, um, but it's slightly different. We don't do the traditional turkey. My husband isn't a huge fan of turkey or really of ham. And plus, it's just the four of us here this year, not like previous years where I was with my whole family. So of course, we did the whole like turkey and all of that stuff. So, but this year, and actually when we were on the mainland, we did roasted chicken. So that's what I'm going to be doing is roasted chicken. So for those of you who are my longtime Ohana members, welcome back. And for those of you who clicked on my video and are new, then this is Nicole. And this is a non-yarn thing. This is me talking about something I also enjoy, which is cooking. And I actually went through school, through, it's not like college or anything, but I had actually decided at the age of 12 that I wanted to be a chef and open up my own restaurant. Life happens that didn't go the way it did, but I still enjoy cooking when I am physically able to, because uh, cooking sometimes can take a lot out of a person who has uh, chronic pain and chronic illness and stuff like that. So when I am up to it, I do cook. And a lot of times these days, I try to stick to simple, easy, quick stuff. So, um, like, for example, I have done chicken and dumplings from scratch. I have done like when I was in school, in high school, I took 4 years of food service to be able to prep myself in order to get into the Culinary Institute of America, which I actually got accepted to. Um, and life happens. Anyhow, that particular class every year around this time, we would make um, pies for the faculty and stuff like that. So I distinctly remember making hundreds of custard pies, banana cream pies, pumpkin pies, apple pies, and we always made the crust from scratch, the fillings from scratch, and all that stuff. So I always like making things from scratch. And then of course I also like doing what you consider cheating by having certain things that are already pre-made and then just kind of adding your own twist to it. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So I'll just kind of give you just the short, quick version of what I'm going to be doing for Thanksgiving. I'm not actually going to be making anything because obviously it's only Tuesday. And what I did this year was I went ahead last week and bought a majority of the ingredients ahead of time that I knew that did not need to be refrigerated per se, or that didn't take up a lot of refrigerator or freezer room. And then I set those all aside. And then last weekend I bought the chickens. So for those of you who may not know, I have two boys plus my husband. And so they eat a lot. So I was like on the fence if I needed to buy one chicken or two. I went ahead and went on the safe side and bought two, because I always feel that it's always have to have more than enough than not enough. So this year, I am doing two roasted chicken, and it's a whole roast or whole chicken. And then I'm going to be doing stuffing. I'm going to be making cheddar bay biscuits. I'm going to, and that's from a box mix. And then I am going to be making cheesy, creamy sweet corn, and then regular corn, mashed potatoes, and then I am going to be doing a little bit of gravy. I'm not a huge gravy person, but my husband likes gravy, and my oldest likes gravy. So that's what we're going to do this year. So I'm going to show you what I've gotten. So I'm going to pause, flip the camera around just because it's just easier for me to do it that way and kind of show you. Oh, and the other side that I'm going to be making is a little different. I'm going to be making mac and cheese from scratch, not the blue box, because I wanted to see if I could make from scratch macaroni and cheese because I've never done it. I don't particularly like macaroni and cheese, but the rest of my family loves macaroni and cheese. So I like to see them enjoy the meal. And that has always been my thing about cooking is not necessarily well, it's about the process of making the food and all that stuff. But the other thing is I always like to see the smile that I bring to people's faces when they are enjoying the food that I have made for them. And that brings me the most happiness and joy inside is when that I am able to make something and bring it to them and they thoroughly enjoy it. It brings me so much happiness inside. And that, for those of you who don't know, is my love language is giving. So I love to give. And this is a part of that, is me giving my love to my family by making the food and something that they enjoy. So let's go ahead. I'm going to show you what I got and how, how each thing, what I'm planning on doing with it and not necessarily cooking it per se. Okay, so these are the two chickens. I just pulled them out of the freezer. So I'm going to start slowly defrosting them today. So I am going to, they're in bags because obviously those of you who know, the packages aren't always, they're not sealed well. So I'll put them in bags or in a bowl or something like that to catch any sort of, liquid or whatever that may end up in the bottom of my refrigerator, on the shelf or whatever, and all of that stuff. So for now, I'm going to set them in the sink to kind of defrost a little bit, and then I will be then transferring it into the refrigerator, then to continue to defrost so that by Thursday it's ready to go. So what I plan on doing with the chickens is just going to be super, super simple. Excuse all of the sponges and washcloths and all that stuff. Although I do love my scrub daddy. So this is the scrub daddy. Love it. Best thing ever. It was on Shark Tank. And it washes my dishes fantastic. So that's the scrub daddy. And this is a scrub mommy. I think that's what she's called. So she's got the sponge side, this like rougher scrubber side, and then the soft side. So I just discovered this particular product from the same product or from the same company. And I love this sponge as well. So yeah, anyway, so what I'm going to be doing is just super simple seasoning of my chicken. It's going to be salt and pepper, and then maybe a little bit of garlic powder, and then some minced garlic, and that's it. And then I always make sure to season the outside and the inside of my chicken, and I will do the skin, and then I usually separate the skin from the actual chicken flesh. And oh, and then sorry, I will also be using butter, and I'm not going to be melting the butter. I'm going to be having the butter room temperature so that it's easy to use. And I will be then taking the butter and slathering that on the outside so that the chicken skin itself is nice and golden brown and crispy. And then, like I said, I am going to be then separating the skin from the actual flesh and then sliding more seasoning onto the flesh, and then, you know, squishing it around on the entire chicken between the skin and the actual flesh so that the entire chicken itself will be seasoned. So it's not just going to be on the outside, it'll be the outside on top of the skin, beneath the skin, and then on the inside, so that hopefully everything will be delicious and juicy. And then throughout the actual baking of my chicken, I will be basting my chicken repeatedly, to make sure that everything stays nice and moist and the chicken does not dry out, because nobody likes dry chicken. So then I'm gonna move over here. Not a fan of electric stoves, but I'm renting, so I don't really have a choice, because I can't control the heat. That's the thing that I really don't like. I love gas stoves, but that's just me. Obviously, I don't have a choice. But what I have learned with electric stoves over time is to control the heat is that I usually try to keep one burner off. And then that way, if I need to turn the heat down, I will turn the heat down and remove the pot or pan from the coils, from that hot coil, and move it to the cold coil to allow the hot coil to come down to the approximate temperature that I want it to, and then move it back. That's usually what I do. I don't know if that really made any sense, but that's how I do it, right or wrong. So then the other thing is I like stove top stuffing. You can love me or hate me for it, but I love stovetop stuffing. So I'll be making stovetop stuffing, and what I do to make it better, what I think is better, is I add, instead of, because the recipe on the side of the box actually calls for 1.5 cups of water. So what I do instead is I replace the water with chicken broth or chicken stock. So for those of you who maybe make your chicken broth or chicken stock from scratch, that's what I use instead of water, to give it a little bit more flavor. So I'll be adding that, my chicken broth, to my stove top stuffing. And it's funny because at home with my family, everybody loves stove top. So I pick chicken because we have chicken. I believe the traditional stuffing is normally sage, but to me, I wanted chicken, so I picked chicken. And then I only bought 2 potatoes. I'm not a huge mashed potato fan, but usually 2 potatoes is more than enough. What I will be doing is scrubbing the outside really, really well, dicing them up, and then letting it boil with the skin on, because then what I will be doing is mashing them by hand. I don't use a masher or a mixer or anything. I just use like a fork so that it gets a rough mash with the skin on. My husband likes it with the skin on. It gives a little more texture and the fiber, obviously, I guess, but I like it with the skin on. I also like it to have a little, like, the little lumps here and there. And then I will be adding a little bit of butter to it, salt and pepper, and then to give it additional more depth, I will be adding sour cream to the mashed potatoes, along with some milk for some moisture. So I will mash it all up. I will add a couple of pats of butter, and then add in the sour cream and then milk, and then mash it up, and then I will just mash it and mix it until I get it to the consistency that I like. So we like it the potatoes a little more stiff, so that's what I'll be doing with that. So, and then the cheddar bay biscuits is this Red Lobster box mix. Super easy instructions, and all I need to do is add the cheddar cheese. And actually, when I think about it, I think I probably need to buy more cheddar cheese. So I will be doing that. And fun fact, I used to work at Red Lobster. I actually used to work in the back of the house. There was a big accident that happened when I worked at Red Lobster, so I ended up leaving. Yeah, long story, we're not going to talk about that. And then I am making, like I said, my own macaroni and cheese. I wanted to see how that would turn out. I found a nice and simple recipe to make macaroni and cheese. This is my favorite brand, Barilla. It's fairly inexpensive, but very good pasta. We're doing the traditional elbows. I've done macaroni and cheese usually out of the box, so we'll see how it turns out. Okay, so now we're gonna do, and when it comes to like brands and stuff, I usually go with the store brand. Usually I don't have any problems with store brands, so that's why I bought the store brand for my corn. So, because it's usually cheaper, especially these days because everything is so expensive. That's what I usually look for. I will buy the store brand, and I don't fault anybody for doing that. I think most of the time you can't taste any difference, and this is just corn. But that goes, I found, like, even like Target's store brand tastes, as far as like chips and like cereals and stuff like that, usually taste the same. The same goes for like Costco and Sam's Club, like, Kirkland and stuff. A lot of times, like, I know Costco specifically has certain things made for their brand from the actual manufacturer. So, like, from what I've heard, Kirkland's coffee is actually Starbucks coffee. So, and that's coming from my cousin, she's a buyer for Costco. She says a lot of times they will actually get the product. Sorry for the bonking noises, that's my cat. Her obsession these days is always trying to get into the cabinet, so she's trying to get into my cabinet. I don't know why. So sorry for the bonking noises. So anyway, I like corn. My youngest does not like corn. So, so I'm doing mac and cheese. So this is how I look at it. So, everybody in the house likes chicken, so we're good there. Myself, well, everybody likes stuffing in the house, so we're good there. We all like the biscuits, we're good there. I don't really care for mac and cheese, but the rest of my family loves mac and cheese. So I find it fun or nice. I don't know how to explain it, but I like to be able to say, I love you by saying, yes, I've made this special for you. So that's why I'm doing the mac and cheese, even though I don't like mac and cheese. So I'm doing traditional canned corn, nothing special. All I'm gonna do is take it out, drain some of the liquid out, salt and pepper, and then that's it. Just throw it in the microwave to heat it up some. All done, good to go. It takes about a minute or so until it's hot. Now, now the cheesy cream corn. You can say what you like, but my husband, this is what he grew up on. Cheesy cream corn for Thanksgiving and for Christmas. So this is his mom's recipe. And so, and it's so easy. When I figured out how she made it, all you do is, this is just whatever size cream style corn that you want. You can buy whatever brand you want, Green Giant, whatever. I don't know if Dole makes a brand, but again, I bought this because I think it was 69 cents for the can. My husband likes the cheesy corn, and my oldest likes the cheesy corn. me, not so much. That's why I got the regular corn. So the cheesy corn, again, super, super simple. All you do is take your cream style corn, put it in a microwave safe bowl. You take like what I do is I will buy the smallest block of Velveeta cheese. Yes, I said Velveeta cheese. You guys are probably thinking, oh my God, it's processed cheese. It's horrible. Why would you? My husband loves it. That's what he grew up on around this time. So you can love me or hate me for it. It is what he likes. So I want to make him happy. So I'm making this for him and I'm making it for my son because that's what makes them happy. So like I said, it's just the corn, Velveeta cheese. You can buy it in block, and then now you can actually buy it as sandwich cheese slices. So I find that the block Velveeta cheese is extremely expensive, even the small block. I mean, we're talking about $5 or $6 for a block of Velveeta cheese. So my way around it is I buy the Velveeta sandwich slice cheese. When I bought it at Walmart, it was $2 for 24 slices. And so I will probably only use a couple of slices of the cheese, and then we can use the rest of this cheese for sandwiches for lunch. So my husband and myself, we all love to make sandwiches at home for lunch or for dinner or whatever. So that's what I'll do with the rest of it. So then what I do is I take the cheese, I tear it up or cut it up into smaller pieces, sprinkle it on top of the corn that I put in a bowl, add some salt and pepper, stir it all up so that the cheese is incorporated into the corn along with the salt and pepper. Put it in the microwave, run it for about 30 seconds or so, take it out, stir it around to see how melted the cheese is. If it's not melted enough, throw it back in for another 30 seconds, stir it around some more to see if it is melted. Once the cheese is all completely melted, we're good to go, we're done. So that is what I will be doing. And then as far as the gravy, I am horrible at making gravy with the drippings by itself. You'd think I should be good at it, but I'm not. I know it should be simple, but what I'm doing is a little bit of a cheat. I bought this McCormick chicken gravy packet, so I will be adding some of the drippings from my roasted chicken, and I bought disposable pans for my chicken because that means less dishes for me to wash. So this is how I'll be making the gravy. And let's see, what does it say? Yeah, so it says 1 package of gravy mix and then 1 cup of cold water. So instead of the water, I will be using the drippings for my gravy. So that's that. And again, like I said, I'm not a big fan of gravy, but the rest of my family is. So I love, like, kind of, I've incorporated a little bit of what everybody likes so that the meal is enjoyable. Everybody can pick and choose what they want to eat, but there will be something that each of us enjoy to eat on my Thanksgiving Day menu. So that's essentially what we'll be having. I think the only thing that I maybe need to pick up is probably a little bit more cheese, but 1 more package, so of 8 ounces of cheddar cheese, because the recipe for my mac and cheese calls for 2 cups. So that will probably take up the whole package of shredded cheddar cheese that I bought. So I'll probably need another package. And then my youngest wants me to add bacon to the macaroni and cheese. So we're gonna add bacon to the macaroni and cheese. So I need to buy the bacon. So I'll probably pick that up either today or tomorrow at Aldi's, because Aldi's has the cheapest bacon. And I always make my bacon in the oven, less mess. Put it on a baking sheet on a rack and toss it in the oven. And I will keep some of the grease. And yeah, it's you don't have to worry about the splatter and all of that stuff. So that's what I will be doing. So I know that's not necessarily your like traditional Thanksgiving with the whole turkey, but the turkey probably would have been way too much for the four of us. And I know it's a non-yarn thing, but this is something that I enjoy, the cooking. I probably won't film the actual cooking of everything, but because it's just going to be just complete like chaos for me, because I would need to make sure that I make everything in a particular order, so that when I put everything out on the table, everything is warm when we're ready to eat. Another trick is to, for those of you, I don't know if you know this or not, is that after the chicken is done, I always put a foil tent over my chicken. I do this with my steak as well. I do it with pork loins, pork chops and stuff. Is after I've actually done cooking the meat item, I will put a foil tent over it. It not only keeps the meat warm, but then it allows your meat to rest. And I let it rest for 5-ish to 10 minutes or so. And that allows the juices to flow back into the meat, so that when you slice it and you eat it, the steak or the chicken or whatever it is nice and moist and juicy. So so yeah, that's what we're doing for Thanksgiving. I know it's not yarn stuff, but I hope you enjoyed this segment. For those of you who have stuck around to the end, I really appreciate it. It really helps me out. Hopefully you'll come back for another video. I'll be making another one tomorrow. Tomorrow's Wednesday. And then you probably won't see me for a couple of days because it's Thanksgiving. And then plus, we'll see tomorrow, because I have a dentist appointment tomorrow morning. But anyhow, I'm hoping that I'll be able to put out one more video before Thanksgiving. And I hope all of you who do celebrate Thanksgiving have a very happy Thanksgiving and enjoy the time with your family, either whether they're blood related or your chosen family. And I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you can, give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment, and if hopefully I've earned your, I guess, vote of confidence by having you hit the subscribe button and then hitting that notification bell every time, so that you or hitting the notification bell so that you know that I have uploaded a new video. So until next time, I will talk to you guys later. And then in the meantime, I am going to sit down for a little bit, because I am out of breath just from standing here and explaining all this to you. And I will talk to you again next time. Bye.